Actually only just now noticed that there is a secondary transformer in here, and I discovered that there's actually this big transformer here is actually only used for the power amplifiers here and here. Because if we follow the wires along here, rectifier, smoothing caps, we see these two big connectors, and those connect directly to each individual power amplifier board. So this one goes to this one, and this one goes to this one. The voltage regulator board is actually connected to this little transformer here. So we actually have a separate power supply for the mixer itself with voltage regulators, which then goes to all the other boards of the mixer, and we have a separate power supply circuit consisting of this huge transformer, and yada yada. So this also makes it easier to filter out some issues with the power supply, because this could all be perfectly working. It could actually be purely an issue with, well, probably voltage regulators or something, which causes the power amplifiers to work just fine and everything, but the actual main board and the actual mixing boards to not function. So yeah, another thing that saves me a lot of time checking things is this interesting separation. Now, I don't like this loop. It's a bit of an eyesore. Oh well. To make things a little bit easier for myself, I decided to entirely remove the power amplifier part of the mixer. Here's the two amplifiers in all their glory. This is 150 watts power amplifier. Cute little things. This is of course a huge power supply that comes with it. This huge transformer is so heavy. It's, oh man. And of course bunch of smoothing caps. Yes, I did discharge these in a safely fashion, so no risks of electrocuting myself. And here's the little rectifier, cute. So yeah, and some miscellaneous cable connections. Now back to the mixer. So as you can see, I have a lot more space to work with. Things have been simplified quite a bit. I also can actually see where certain wires go, and then can actually reach certain parts of the power supply for the mixer itself. So one of the first things I did was check if this absolutely horrible looking these horrible looking connections still worked, and well, I couldn't get the switch to actually make a proper connection. So this switch is broken, so that's one thing solved, and that's probably the issue with this mixer, is that simply that this switch is not working, because I bypassed the switch altogether. Don't mind this. I just tied these cables together and put some protective duct tape over them, so I could just quickly check if this transformer and this power supply section is working, and it is. I turned it on and I saw some lights. The power LEDs started burning, and at least I know the power supply seems to work. I haven't checked the voltages yet, which I will do in a minute, but at least I know something happens now. So I'm not too sure if I actually want to put the power amplifier section, the amplifiers themselves and the huge transformer back in there, because it's actually very lightweight now, and yeah, I'm not actually sure if I ever used those amplifiers, because I do have some PA speakers, but those are active speakers, and yeah, I cannot use those with this mixing panel, and yeah, I have to buy passive speakers specifically for this thing, and that's not something I want to do. So unless it's like really good, like it's an amazing mixer for some reason, then maybe could get some cool passive monitors. But even still, so I'm kind of thinking of making these speaker outputs just line outputs from the master or something else. Because I think it would be really cool to, if this all still works, to just mod this thing, you know, customize it, both in looks, talked about it earlier, as well, the internal circuitry. Really interested too in this little delay circuit here. I'm gonna assume that that's actually a built-in effect of the mixer itself. I'll have to test it out once I got everything working, and I'll have to try it out. But if it's actually a built-in effect, it would be fun to experiment with that too. Especially because it's on its own little board, and yeah. I might actually, you know, remove some things I don't like or don't need, replace them with my own circuits, and the circuits that I removed and the components that I removed I can use for other projects. Same also goes for the amplifier over there. I might actually build a separate little amplifier for it. Actually, that's not a bad idea, because I could use this mixer, which is now very lightweight, and I could have a separate power amplifier to use with this mixer. So something of an idea I'm thinking about. But anyways, we have power. Just have to check if the voltages are correct. Even though I'm not sure what the correct voltage should be, but I'm gonna assume it's some standard rail voltages for all those op amps and chips in here. So yeah, and then, well, I'll put it mostly back together and see if I can get proper signals out of this thing. Hope it works. Very excited. For the moment of truth, I got my trusty old DAB audio microphone. It's a PDM 25. I put on some old headphones that have the big old jack, and well, I do hear quite some noise, some hiss. I hope that's exclusive to the headphones only. Anyways, I put it on channel 1. Put the gain up quite a bit actually, and let's see what happens when I talk into the mic. Oh, that's that sounds pretty good. Guess I'll lower the gain a little bit. Wonder if the clipping light is working. Let's put it on max. Oh, that's loud in my ears. Okay. Well, I did see all the clipping lights turn on when I powered the mixer, so yeah, let's turn it back on. Yeah, there we go. Have some high, and yeah, oh, that works pretty well. So we have some high. Do we have some mid? We have some high mids. We have some low mids. Well, that's a very strong equalizer. There's also a lot of noise in the pots, so I'll have to clean the pots quite roughly. So, well, at least the first channel working. I already tried the pen meter, I think. Did I? Let's check. To the right, to the left, pretty nice. Let's see if the masters do something. Put this back in the middle. Yeah. Ooh, there's a lot of crackle and crackle and pops in there, unfortunately. So yeah, all these pots I think need a very good cleaning. That's gonna be a lot of work, but it works. So hey, that's pretty awesome. I want to test the delay, but I think I first have to charge my camera for a bit. So I checked all the channels, and every channel is working just fine. All the knobs and buttons are working, and but there's a lot of crackle in the pots and in the faders, so I'm gonna have to clean them. And well, already took the first one out. It's one big board, and I have to take out the other 7. It's a lot of work, but it's like these are like 64 pots in total, and then the faders too. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of cleaning, but I hope I can get all the pots back to working perfectly. I hope there's no worn out pots in there, because they will be fairly easy to replace. These are pretty standard guitar pots actually, just with a different value, 10 kilo ohm. So, and they all are the same value, it seems. So, well, that makes it fairly easy. But yeah, well, that's 64 screws and some additional screws here. Whew, my hands are a bit sore now. Well, that's part 1 done. We have a little bit of a better look at the main board and these very greasy, oh god, very greasy faders. Yeah, these are really gonna need a good cleaning, and I'm gonna expect the main faders and the channel faders to be looking like this too. Well, now we can take a little bit of a better look on this. We see well, more op amps, also of the same chip type again. We have some beautiful rainbow colored wiring here, and more op amps and a lot of capacitors and resistors and other passive components. Another good look at the VU meter. There we go. And this is the monitor board. Can't really rotate it because of all the wiring. So more op amps again. Some newer looking op amps. Huh. And yeah. Is that a relay? Huh. Interesting. Wonder why that's there. And this is the effects board. So it mixes the built-in delay, which is not connected, and the external effects loop. And there's also a connection to the for the external recorder. Now this thing, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking of placing these on the board. Let me move over to here, because this is the space where we have those record and play RCA connections for an external tape recorder. Obviously I'm never going to use a tape recorder with this. Well, no, I don't think I'm going to. And so I was thinking maybe you could put something else here, but haven't really decided on that. But anyways, the case is now mostly void of knobs. I only have to do the faders. That's just a matter of a whole bunch of screws, and then then it's just the case. Oh, and the broken on-off switch. This I have to replace too. It's another thing. So, but yeah, and once everything is out, I'm gonna give this thing a really good cleaning, because even the case is like, this is all grease, and I don't know what they did with this thing. Like all the pots too, like the individual pots. Like this is all greasy and bleh, it's really gross. So yeah, I kind of want to clean this of the pots too, but I'll have to be very careful with that, because I don't want any soap to accidentally come into the pots or on the rest of the electronics, obviously. And yeah, I'm gonna have to treat this. Bleh. Gross. Yeah. Gonna need some special tools for this to clean these. But hopefully, when it's all cleaned, you know, the pots over there too. That's all the channel boards. And the case is all clean. It's all dirt and grime and whatever free. Hopefully I'll have a perfectly clean and working mixer then. Yeah, I guess I'll just experiment with it, and maybe I can even make a review of it, but I'm not sure, because, well, obviously after all the treatment I've given it. But let's go clean. I wonder what's for dinner today. Ah, it's knobs. Ah, I love knobs. So, what are you doing? It was just a simple question.
What does it look like?
Well, you're getting rid of the old paint. I'm gonna replace it with new paint.
This paint.
A bit hard to see in the dark. This is some sort of vintage red, I think this translates to. Yeah, vintage red. So this is one of the side panels of the mixer, and I'm gonna, well, my friend here is gonna paint them. So we have beautiful vintage red side panels on the mixer. It's gonna look fabulous. Meantime, I've given the front panel a very good cleanup. It's no more grease and crap on there. And I'm now cleaning out all the pots on the boards. Already done all the faders and the pots on the main boards. And I'm now working on all the channel boards. Quite a nice job. Yay.